I was elated to see Jamaica reach civilization where we can agree to disagree. Hello people, and welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time on the channel, a special welcome to you. I ask that you check out the rest of my videos. If you like what you see, give a thumbs up, leave a comment, but more than anything, I'm asking that you subscribe to the channel. Yes, it's been a long time since I've done a YouTube video. If you've been following me a long time, you would have an idea of the reason why I pretty much stopped posting on YouTube, but we'll get into that at the end of this video. But before I start, I want to say big shout out to all my loyal subscribers who stayed my subscribers even though my absence was just ongoing. You know, it's been about 2.5 years since I've done a YouTube video, but as committed as I am to Jamaica, I know a lot of my subscribers are thinking, oh, I'm definitely going to come out with something, especially in this election season, you know. And I was tempted to do a video before the election in regards of the election, but somehow I retained myself, controlled myself, and I didn't do a video. Let's just say I couldn't control myself anymore, so here I am doing a video in regards of the election results. If you've been following me a long time and you've paid attention to my videos that I've done in the past, I think you probably know how I feel about the result of this election. You know, in regards of Andrew Holness versus Mark Golden, I was all for Andrew Holness. Pay attention to what I'm saying. I'm not talking about a JLP versus a PNP. I'll get into that later, but right now, like I say, if you followed my videos, you would know that I wasn't feeling Marky G as a representative of our country. You understand? I live in Europe. As we say in Jamaica, I live in foreign. But I don't live in your typical foreign. I don't live in England, I don't live in America, and I don't live in Canada. Reason why I'm pointing that out is if you live in England, Canada, or America as a Jamaican, your point of view from my point of view would be a little different because you live in a society where there is an abundance of black people and you view life through your own personal tunnel. I live in Europe, and when it comes to a representative of my country, Jamaica, let's just say I want someone that looks like me to represent Jamaica on an international stage. I made a video some time ago where I was talking about my prejudices against Mark Golden and why I didn't want him to be prime minister for my country. And many Jamaican people were saying, oh, color don't matter, whether I'm white, whether I'm black, blah, blah, blah. I get that because you're living in Jamaica and you're seeing politics and Jamaican representative as a local Jamaican who lives in Jamaica, while I'm a Jamaican who lives in Europe. And where a representative of my country is concerned, let's just say it is very important to me that my representative look like me. For that reason and for many reasons, including the history of Jamaica, where we were tossed up between Michael Manley and JLP, I've already done my feelings and my reasons for my dissatisfaction of those kind of representatives. It's a new era now, it's a new age, and it's a different kind of Jamaica, it's a different kind of voting system. And while I'm on that note, let me just say, one of the things that I admire the most, you know, before I start telling you if I prefer JLP or prefer PNP, let me just say, I prefer Jamaica. And one of the things that I saw in this election period and the nomination day is something that I never thought that I would live to see. I just never thought that I would live to see Jamaicans around election time going about their daily business, work, you know, so on and so forth. And more than anything, I never thought that I would ever see JLP and PNP in their colors, interacting together, laughing, hugging, singing, dancing. My Jamaica was different. Election in the 80s, election in the 70s, election in the 90s. Nomination day and election day means some people have to move go country because we know some people gonna die on election day because it's gonna be gunshot, gunfire everywhere. People gonna die on election day. So election day to me meant a day of massacre. Human lives will be lost. So I was more than pleased. I was elated to see Jamaica reach civilization where we can agree to disagree, where we can still be friends even though our political views are different. And I want to give a big shout out to all Jamaicans who embrace this civility. And you know, I don't want to get too emotional, but it meant a lot to me to see that. And I want Jamaica to continue being on this road, and I want Jamaicans to continue being this sensible, this smart, this intelligent. Okay, let's get on to the results. It was 34 to 29, JLP securing 34 seats, PNP 29 seats. It's close. I'm not gonna lie. I was surprised to see so many PNP supporters. I was, you know, because in my opinion, Andrew Holness has been the best prime minister for Jamaica. This is just my opinion. I think Andrew Holness has been the best thing that Jamaica ever seen. I made a comment like that before, and people were bringing up Michael Manley and something that was even before my time. I did my own researches and I realized that Michael Manley did establish a lot of things for poor people. The PNP on a whole, their history, they established a lot of things. Let's just say, from what I found, they started a lot of things that the JLP finished, and the JLP got the credit for it. And the PNP didn't finish for one reason or another. Don't want to get into that. Let me stay on today. So Andrew Holness secured a third term in Jamaican politics, Jamaican Labour Party. It has been historic. It's never happened before. How do I feel about JLP being the continued government and PNP not having their chance? Okay, my thing about it is like this. When it comes to the development of Jamaica, the infrastructure, the mindset of the JLP to me seems modern, and JLP crave, I think Andrew Holness made a comment that he would like Jamaica to be the next Singapore. That's very ambitious. Whether it's possible or not, I mean, everything is possible. Whether it's possible or not in the very near future, I like the way you're thinking. Mark Golden on the other side, I think the PNP are making promises, and the JLP had an advantage because they have proof. So Jamaica had to decide between promises or proof. The PNP, their slogan for this general election was "Time come." If you're Jamaican, then you understand that they mean they want change. Time come for change. Some people believe that Andrew Holness was not doing good enough. In my opinion, there's one ugly plague that still hold a lot of Jamaicans. A lot of Jamaicans who vote don't truly understand politics. A lot of Jamaicans are just loyalists. And when it comes to politics, loyalists, it's a beautiful thing. You know, it's very poetic. But is it wise? It's not really wise, because let's say you're a loyal JLP, and JLP knows that no matter what they do, they're going to get your vote. They can start doing some things that is not in favor of you or not in favor of the country. So I don't believe being a loyalist is a wise thing. I believe being a political analyst is good as a voter. You have to know when your party is working for you and your country than when your party is not working for you. So being a loyalist to a PNP or being a loyalist to a JLP, I wouldn't say it is wise. If the JLP or the PNP is consistent in their way of politics, then I can see why it would be wise to be a loyalist. Where Jamaica Labour Party is concerned and People's National Party is concerned, there is some consistency on both parties that has never changed and always been the same. But overall, you still should pay attention to each administration and how that administration deals with the country throughout their tenure. So if throughout their 5 years you're happy, then vote for them again. If throughout their 5 years you're not happy, then I understand why you vote with Flip. You understand? So the thing that I despise about Jamaicans and their vote is that they don't see politics through those lenses. They see politics like, I'm PNP, I'm JLP because my neighborhood is PNP or JLP. My mother was a PNP or JLP. My father was a PNP or JLP. So JLP or PNP, may labor right from my bond, from a navel string, may a socialist from day one, never change, blah, blah, blah. I think that's ignorant, you know, because you are just nothing than pawns in a game of chess. Not because you're loyal to a party means a party is loyal to you. So you have to be smart where that is concerned. When it comes to the JLP and the PNP, this time I thought the JLP was smarter. They played up to social media, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. They played up to the younger crowd. They played up to people who don't know Jamaican politics as I do, because they are in their 20s or in their 30s. So where Jamaica is coming from, they've never experienced it. They only know Jamaica as it is today. The PNP was slower to establish themselves online, and they had less professional debaters, so to speak. It's like, I'm trying to find a negative word without it being too negative. It's like trying to choose between two devils. On one hand, Andrew Holness is being investigated for financial fraud or financial, there's something there. You know, in Jamaica, we say, if I not saw, I near saw. So Andrew Holness' finances is being combed through finally to find out if he was straight and direct. And I think for me, who live outside of Jamaica, what overshadows that for me is Ruel Reid's situation, where there was some financial fraud, where money was concerned, and we were talking big money. And the fact that Ruel Reid has never been convicted, has never been to prison, to me that shined a bad light on the JLP, on Andrew Holness' administration, because it tells me that if you're a JLP or if you have money, you're above the law in Jamaica. You're untouchable. And moving into a modern Jamaica, I think the Jamaica Labour Party should establish that no one is above the law and all criminals shall be and will be prosecuted. So on that side, I kind of discredit the JLP on their actions throughout their last tenure. On the other hand, to discredit Mark Golden, here's the thing, you know, Mark Golden, I heard recently, I heard it from Andrew Holness' mouth, that Mark Golden, although he was born in Jamaica, throughout his whole life, he actually held a British passport because he inherited British citizenship through his father. And it was only in recent time that Mark Golden abandoned that citizenship and truly become a Jamaican. That right there for me, no, you're not really, you're not really a Jamaican, you're not really, no, there's just something wrong with that, because that's telling me that if something went down, Mark Golden already has his out. you know, you're living in Jamaica, you're having the Jamaican experience, but if you go through an airport, you're seen as a British. And if something went down in Jamaica, like a crisis where you have to bail out, you had a refuge. So the fact that Mark Golden officially just became a Jamaican in recent year, like last year sometime I heard he got his passport, that just doesn't settle well with me. It tells me that you weren't true to us, you weren't committed to us, you weren't dedicated to us, and you were just getting by as much as you could. So I didn't really dig that about Mark Golden. That was my biggest drawback when it came to Mark Golden. Other than the fact that the PNP argument did not quite convince me that they would be a better government. And it was a risky choice, because Andrew Holness administration, listen, no administration, PNP or JLP, no administration since I've been alive has ever fulfilled all of their promises. None. So I see where people saying Andrew Holness fell short in some of his promises. That's politics. Politicians are like preachers. They will tell you anything to get the money into the collection plate. You understand? Politicians, one of the greatest things that makes somebody a great politician is their mouth. So when it comes to promises, the thing is, it's wise to choose who already delivered. But let's say Andrew Holness didn't deliver on all of his promises. And it's what Jamaican politicians has always done. When it comes to election time, a lot of them start fixing up a road that they never fixed up before, you know. But I blame that on the Jamaican people. The Jamaican people, I will say this to y'all. If you think small, you will be small. You think big, then you will achieve big. Because in Jamaica, since I was a child until now, when it comes to politics, when it comes to election, Jamaicans, they're craving, what they want from politicians is to fix the road. We want better road. We want water. We need water, road, and everything. Water and road should not be something we're requesting right now. That should be automatically given, and we're supposed to be demanding bigger things. So the Jamaican politicians, PNP or JLP, they just see that it's easy to control the Jamaican citizens. Let's fix a bad road here, fix a bad road there, and then, you know, everything will be good. We'll get their votes. Jamaican people need to be a bit more ambitious and demanding from the politicians. Speaking of fixing road, I have to go to Amory Vaz, who lost her seat by a clench. I felt for her because, I'm not gonna lie, almost every time I see Amory Vaz online, she is fixing a road in Portland. So you would think that she was the minister of road and works. I don't know what portfolio she held, but every time I saw her, she was fixing a road in Portland. She lost to Buchanan, the attorney for Vibes Cartel. And my feeling about that is, I have two feelings about that. I feel bad that the jokes that's going around online at the moment is that we're going to dig up back our road because them never vote for the woman and for all the women do for them, blah, blah, blah. But again, we're talking about roads again, because she gave us roads, meaning that we should have voted for her. Political gifts, or what politicians do for the people, must be more than road, must be more than a little financial handout here and there. The next way I feel about it is that I heard that this particular constituency has historically been a PNP stronghold. I heard that Amory Vaz flipped it the first time after 30 years. If that's a fact, then Amory Vaz should know that it's 50-50 for her to retain her constituency or lose it, despite who she's up against on the People's National Party side. So, in my opinion, it's politics. Amory Vaz is Daryl Vaz's wife. I don't know. Again, it's just my personal opinion. I do have something against husband and wife being in politics at the same time in Jamaica. I mean, I'm more like, give somebody else a chance, you know. So husband can run or wife can run, but give somebody else a chance. This does not exempt how I feel about Juliet Holness and Andrew Holness, you know. My sentiments are the same. Give somebody else a chance. I mean, both for you are in politics. I understand, I respect your ambition, but Jamaica is a up and coming society, and I just want to see the opportunities spread as wide as possible as they could. You understand? So that's pretty much how I feel. However, in a nutshell, if I was to vote in this election, it would definitely be for the Jamaica Lour Party. And that is obvious for my subscribers who have been following me for a long time. And I think one of the most substantial reason would have been the simple fact that Mark Golden is the leader of the People's National Party. Mark Golden know what I'm talking about. A lot of people from my area suffers PTSD from Jamaican politics of the 80s. A lot of people my age and older than myself are still scarred from that kind of politics. And that kind of politics was spearheaded by People's National Party, Michael Manley, and the Jamaican Lour Party, Edward Seaga. It's not racist from my point of view. It's just the love for my country, Jamaica. Andrew Holness ran with Choose Jamaica, and I just believe it. You could not have had a better slogan for this election. I'm not there, so I would love some people who support the People's National Party to criticize my favor and tell me their reasons. When it comes to JLP to me has a historic reputation to always seem to be wanting to beautify the country and move the country forward. PNP is more for poor people, but speaking honestly, poor people don't always know what's best for them. JLP, on the other hand, has always leaned towards finance and taxes and money languages that most poor people don't understand. Most poor people just need cheaper schools, more money in their pocket, cheaper food, and that's all they care about. And that's the Jamaica I know, that's the Jamaica I remember. And JLP has always catered to the rich, so to speak. And poor people never quite understand what JLP is doing for them. Andrew Holness is a different kind of JLP leader. He's a kind of JLP leader that the common Jamaican can relate to, from where he grew up in Spanish Town to where he went to school. I heard him say it, but I can echo it based on what I know about him. He was not born with a gold spoon in his mouth. So of all the leaders that ever led Jamaica, Andrew Holness came from the most common background. And maybe that's something that I admire. I feel like finally one of us are here, a true one of us are here to represent our country. And for that reason, Bro God would get my vote. But overall, I love the fact that I can come up here and say that openly without even feeling threatened. While back in the day, you know, I wouldn't dare say that. You know, no Jamaicans would dare say who they prefer, because it would be a life and death type of declaration. So PNP, JLP, JPP, UIC, Independent, I just love the fact that PNP and JLP and everybody could just boldly make their choice, and there was just no repercussion from it. You know, Jamaica has come a long way, and I'm very proud to see that. I'm just gonna echo this because I did say it before. It was about Juliet Holness, who had made a comment once, and I had to sound out that as much as JLP is in power, JLP MPs and the Prime Minister and his wife, PNP strongholds, JLP stronghold, independent thinkers and voters, they're all Jamaicans. And as long as you are the government, you're their government. So I encourage the Jamaica Lour Party in their term, don't just fix road in JLP area. Show the PNP what kind of government that you are. That's how you flip people. That's how you change people's mind. Do for the PNP the same you would do for the JLP. Let them know that it's all love. We are government of Jamaica. We're not just the government of Tivoli, and we are not the government of Jungle because of how the people vote. So, love Jamaica, choose Jamaica. Yeah, let me close on that now. That note, and Your Holiness and his administration, choose Jamaica, take care of Jamaica, give opportunity for the entire Jamaica. So, I'm going to close on that note, but in my closing I will say I've not been here for about 2.5 years. If you're a long-time subscriber of mine, then you will understand that I'm not really satisfied with this platform, YouTube. My line of work involves words. Almost everything that I do on a daily basis involves law and words. And when it comes to somebody's word, whether it's verbal or literal, I take it serious. And when somebody doesn't respect a contract or respect their own rules, my participation will tell them that they can continue to do things the way that they do things. I'm talking about YouTube. So my non-participation is just me showing YouTube that their platform, as much as it is big and grand and the second most used search engine in the world, I don't have to involve myself as much as I used to. YouTube is such a giant that you use it one way or another. Whether you are a vlogger, uploading videos, or you're someone searching for something or need to know the answer for DIY. Or watch. I mean, most of what I'm telling you about the Jamaican politics right now, I watch it on YouTube. So I still participate in it using YouTube one way or another. There's no grief in that way. But I just believe that as a vlogger, before, I gave YouTube more than they give me in return. And for that reason, I just stopped doing YouTube videos. But my love for Jamaica trumps my use or non-use for YouTube. So as much as YouTube use me, I use YouTube to deliver this message and grace some of my subscribers with my presence, because I have some loyal subscribers. I feel the love. Your consistent presence, even when I was absent, showed me that the love was there, big time. So, before I go, I'm going to keep it tradition and I'm going to big up some people.
Big up yourself to the maximum.
So first of all, I want to big up the channel Making Sense of Jamaica, who has been a loyal subscriber of mine and who also has a channel. Believe it or not, in the time of my absence, I did check out everything that you posted, even though I didn't make a comment, but that was just my way of keeping restraint on myself. Secondly, I want to big up Howard Mullings for welcoming me back to YouTube. I'm not so sure if I'm here to stay, but much appreciation, Howard. And yeah, it was good to see your welcome. Next, I want to big up also Nasdrew, another subscriber who welcomed me back to the to the platform. Much respect. Making Sense of Jamaica, also, you were the first one to wish me a warm welcome back. Much appreciated.
Big up yourself to the maximum.
You've reached the end of my video, and that in itself is a support that I truly appreciate. Other ways that you can support this channel is by giving this video a thumbs up. But the most important way to support my channel is to hit that subscribe button so you do not miss out on any of my future uploads. Once again, I want to thank all of you guys for checking out my video and ask that you continue to join me, ENT Sabas, here on YouTube to see where my journey takes me. Until next time, peace.